Amid chants of 4 more years, President Obama greets supporters on election night.
And whether I earned your vote or not, I have listened to you. I have learned from you. And you've made me a better president. And with your stories and your struggles, I return to the White House more determined and more inspired than ever about the work there is to do and the future that lies ahead.
Republicans are already adapting to the reality of a second Obama term, including House Speaker John Boehner.
Mr. President, this is your moment. We're ready to be led, not as Democrats or Republicans, but as Americans.
But if history is any guide, Mr. Obama may find his second term more challenging than his first, says former Reagan White House Chief of Staff Ken Duberstein.
You know, the history of second-term presidents, at least since World War II, have been that inevitably they go off track in the 5th or 6th year. Every second-term president somehow finds a scandal, finds a difficulty, finds a mistake that gets elevated.
Richard Nixon won a landslide re-election victory in 1972, but was forced to resign because of the Watergate scandal less than 2 years later. Ronald Reagan's reputation suffered because of the Iran-Contra scandal, and Bill Clinton was impeached over the Monica Lewinsky affair. George W. Bush was harshly criticized for his handling of Hurricane Katrina.
And Brownie, you're doing a heck of a job.
President Obama says he's well aware of what some historians call the second-term curse.
I don't presume that because I won an election that everybody suddenly agrees with me on everything. I'm more than familiar with all the literature about presidential overreach in second terms. We are very cautious about that.
A wise approach, says University of California historian Matthew Dallek.
So he's very conscious of it, and he's signaling that he wants to be pragmatic, and he doesn't want the world. He's not asking for pie in the sky things. That he's going to work in areas where he thinks that he can work in.
It's also important for the president to build relationships, says former Reagan aide Ken Duberstein.
President Reagan, during the Iran-Contra incident, people wanted to believe him. He had a reservoir of goodwill. President Obama, to date, doesn't have those strong relationships. That is something that I think he fundamentally has to address in these initial months of a second term.
So for now, a newly re-elected president looks ahead while remaining mindful of the mistakes of his predecessors. Jim Malone, VOA News, Washington.